Howdy guys, I'm AutoEdits Jason, and this time on Drive Your Adventures, we're gonna be road tripping Joe's Jeep back to Northern California. 350-mile road trip up there, and we're gonna try to buy a car off Craigslist and road trip that back home. This is gonna be a fun one. Come on along. All right, now before we hit the road, let's touch a little bit of dirt here, and it's a Jeep. I want to show this little feature off. We got a little tiny hill here that I use to kind of test things out. Now, this is one of those things that when you do a Dana 60, you know, a 110 axle swap, you don't realize until later, you're like, oh shoot, I don't have my unit bearings. A lot of us on our JKs with our Dana 44s have a unit bearing, which means that your axle is just always locked, splined into the outer here. Now you have big truck hubs here that you have to actually get out and lock. So we're gonna do that, which is actually really cool because what that does is when that's unlocked, none of that stuff spins when you're going down the highway. So you do save some wear and tear, and I'm finding that it's really quite pleasant. We'll see today. We're gonna do 350 miles. But for now, let's go ahead and send it up this little hill. And we'll just put it into 4 low, and it's kind of fun to explain a little bit of, each Jeep has its different kind of setup. Now here, like, well, watch, we'll just unlock the front sway bar, and it's as simple as that. You just hit, Joe has the button right here on a little Switch Pros, which is a pretty cool little unit. I don't think we need to lock it. This is not a tough little hill, but you know, it's kind of a fun little test. There's a little dig out right here. Let's let the Jeep do some work. So here, we'll just kind of approach the hill, head on up. We'll just let it articulate into that little dig out. It's so blindingly bright. Here's a fun little thing to kind of test right here, right as we're at the steepest part of this thing. 4 low, just kind of parked here, planted. Now, this is one of the highlights of having this suspension. The drop brackets in the rear, I noticed, even though this thing is loaded with everything in the back of this thing, so we're really just like basically trail ready. Watch this. We're coming from a stop on this hill. We're gonna feed it some gas. And the front end doesn't lift, the back end doesn't squat. It's just stable and in climb mode. It's fantastic. So that's the benefit of having that type of suspension on here. It's really, really good. So this highway blast is 350 miles from here in Los Angeles up to Santa Cruz to deliver this thing to Joe. I'm really excited about the prospects for the Craigslist cars home. Got a couple of jalopies lined up. It's hard in the $500 to $1,000 range to find stuff, so that's going to be a fun aspect. Already got a fun little wash here. We'll just diagonal our way through. This is not even a deep one, but it'll give you an idea of a little bit of how just smooth and free this thing feels. Oh, like butter. Easy peasy, love it. All right, time to put the tires back onto the asphalt. Let's make some miles. So we just cleared the Grapevine, and we're in the flat section heading towards Bakersfield on the 5 freeway. And things are going really, really good. I mean, ridiculously good. The Jeep is the most comfortable Jeep I've ever driven by a lot. It just feels great. I got the cruise control right now just set at 80, and here we are, just enjoying the drive. It's wonderful. So it's nice to have a plan kind of come together. All of the components come together and work great. I have that doubt in my head sometimes. You ever do a project or something big on your vehicle and then you go to drive it and you're like waiting for something to fall off or fail? Well, I got that too, big time, but it's so far being really, really rewarding to get these first 100 or so miles of just awesome, just total awesome. Hey, check this out. Did you see that? The dude in the Google Street View was asleep. That is hilarious. I've never seen that. All right, so here's the specs. Cruise control, holding us steady, eating up some highway miles. So look, one finger going down the highway, 80 miles an hour, just cruising. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Better than expectations. That's a good thing.
Continue on California 1 North for 13 miles.
Man, we're just making such good time. It's just been so relaxing. I had the book on tape. I had the Matthew McConaughey book on, just enjoying the drive. Just chewed up 3 hours of driving like it was nothing. So the highway manners of this thing are just flat out docile, comfortable. This is an interstate missile. So good. I hope Joe's happy with it. We'll find out. Can't imagine him not being ecstatic with it, but it might have. I'm curious to see his reaction to when he drives it now, as opposed to he drove this thing for years. This was his Jeep. He built it. So it'll be really interesting to see what his reaction to is sitting in it, sitting in the seat, driving the thing now, and seeing how different it feels to him. So this would be kind of a fun little experiment. We are actually in the home stretch into Santa Cruz now, just past Monterey, just tracking the cove the rest of the way. We're here, Joe. This is my friend Joe. You've seen him a few times on the channel.
Yeah.
Joe, your Jeep, what do you think?
Oh,
okay.
this is...
It's been a while. I didn't hurry on this, but
Yeah.
It's been a while. Joe, here's your Jeep. What do you think?
I've been waiting all day for when you're gonna get here and rearranging everything so I could be out here. I'm so excited, so excited. And it looks just absolutely amazing. I took a look under here to see the new front, and it looks just absolutely amazing. But you're right, and that was really what you and I talked about. I wanted it to still look like the Jeep that I dropped off a few months ago. And it's the same Jeep that we talked about a year and a half ago when we first started talking about this, but then COVID hit and
Changed
everything.
Yeah.
So it just, I just can't, I'm in awe. It looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get in, to drive it, to feel it, because, you know, even in our discussions that we had, when I drove here from Texas, I moved from Texas to California last year. At 67, I knew that was about all I was going to go with this thing. And so I just can't wait to see how it works. You know, the comments came up, you know, what size tire, why this, why this. And I wanted it to look the same, but just have that beefy underpinning. So I just had complete confidence, as you've said on the channel so many times, and I want to put it in the garage.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
These are personal. These have to fit, they're built to a specification or for a purpose, and that's the point.
Well, and I gotta tell you, of all the things that this was gonna, you know, snowball into, I never thought it would be an air cleaner.
Yeah, right?
Or the airbox.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is just, wow. That is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a good install.
Yeah,
I'm actually kind of happy with this install.
Yeah.
It didn't take much. It's again that waterfall, the trickle effect of one thing that you don't even realize is going to affect
right, because this,
things.
you said this didn't fit with this.
Yeah,
didn't fit with factory airbox.
Yeah, these two. This area got super tight with the stock stuff. I think it looks good. It made the 350-mile drive like.
Well,
amazing. So I say we go for a quick ride.
Yeah, let's go for a drive.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now, I don't feel every single thing in the road that I felt, like these little things here. You know, I felt that, but before. And, you know, my wife is very sensitive to car movement right now. And so she couldn't even get in this thing anymore. And so, you know, that was the thing that really I was hoping this would do.
I like that.
And
now, it's not jarring.
No.
Right?
No. Yeah. I mean, honestly, right now, I'm just, my head is mainly focused on steering because that is so different.
Yeah. The steering on this thing before was flat, dead, and like it just, was just this kind of numb, you fed input, it went that direction, but it was just this kind of numb feeling. Whereas now it's very lively. Like you say, you almost want to say darty, but it's not, because it's going where you point it.
Yes.
It doesn't wander. When you hold the wheel straight, it goes straight.
Well, not only that, it is straight.
Yeah, look at that. So,
and it's not moving at all.
So
I could not do that before.
all right. For the moment of truth, we're gonna see if it fits in here. I'm a little nervous. His garage looks a little lower than mine. You're good. You're good. You're totally good. We did. Sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and just say we meant to do that.
It feels like a completely different car. I mean, I can't even get over it. I've been chucking around SUVs for the last couple of months, and it felt like that. And on those roads, you know, as windy as they can be and as bumpy as they are, because you don't get a lot of love, it felt amazing. It's a different Jeep.
We did it. Beer time.
Beer
Wait.
time.
Oh, we gotta do this.
Yeah,
There we go. There we go. So I have a couple of things lined up for the drive home, a couple of Craigslist ads. I gotta go to, there's an old Achieva for $500 right down the hill here. And there's a couple other jalopies, but there's one that's on the top of the list. I'm gonna keep a surprise for you in the morning, because that's what we're gonna hit first, and we'll see if that's gonna be the one. So there you go, successful day. We're up here in Santa Cruz, basking in the glory of a great road trip today and good test drive with Joe. It feels good. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so here's what we've done, or what we've found out. I scooped up this 95 Tahoe off of Craigslist here in, where are we? San Jose?
We're in San Jose right now.
San Jose? It's a little bit out of the price range. I had my eye on this grandma Buick or Oldsmobile Achieva for $500. It was perfect. It was gonna just, but once I saw this thing, I was like, oh no.
I mean, it's a Tahoe.
Yeah, like it evokes this emotion. Darn it, I love it already. And we just drove a few blocks from the dude's house that we just bought it from. And I'm gonna just spend a few minutes with it here. Joe's gonna head on home.
Yep.
You like your Jeep?
I love it. It's effortless. I love it.
Bye, Joe.
See you, man.
Take care.
By the way, even if you get 200 miles from here, call me.
Thank you, Joe. That's what a good friend looks like. That is why I work on his Jeep, because he's that guy. Hi, Joe. Now, we get to dig in on this gorgeous 95 Tahoe four-door. All right, so what we have here is a 1995 Chevy Tahoe with 223,000 miles on it, and I scooped it up off of Craigslist up here in San Jose for $800. And it's about $800 worth of Tahoe, but I love it. It's four-wheel drive. So right now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just check the fluids, check the tire pressures. I just wanted to get it out of the guy's yard. And so I'm over here in just a parking lot. The tires look really, really tired. So that's my biggest concern, really. The thing runs and idles, and I just drove it around a little bit. So we're just gonna kind of send it. I'm gonna check the fluids right now, check the oil, I hear a little bit of coolant in there. So we're just gonna drive it for a while and see how it goes. So all in all, it looks like it's just been used a lot, but not anything abusive, or, you know, it's hard to tell at this point. It just looks pretty fine. Let's look at the oil. It's a little low. The oil's a little old. And another quick tip to look at is on the stick, look for like burn marks, like you could see here. See these right here? This is burnt oil, like really, really sludgy burnt oil. You know, that's not a good sign, but it's not terrible. I've seen worse. My Ram was worse when I got it. All right, but then that motor seized. So we're gonna go ahead and add a quart of oil and we'll hit the road. We'll see how that quart does and go from there. All right, let's make some miles. I think we're good to go. I guess we're gonna find out. Well, it's got a Flowmaster on it, so my heart's already in it. I love it. I have a problem. I have an absolute disorder. We're missing mirror in the center, mirror there. I tried to glue one on right there. It didn't take. I didn't try hard enough, or it didn't do it right. We'll keep an eye on the temperatures. It's got oil pressure. It's got good oil pressure. Volts. Don't know if the gas gauge is right, so we'll make a few miles and then go ahead and just fill her up and see what we got here. The guy said it's been sitting for a very long time. But this is the kind of the fun thing. Now, does it make sense? No, we could have rented a car for $100 and I could have driven back, but where's the fun in that, right? This is the adventure. Plus, you never know what's gonna happen with this. This thing just struck a chord when I saw the ad on the Craigslist, and so I was like, oh, geez. You know, your brain just goes into this endless, I don't know about you guys, but my brain goes into this endless what ifs, possibilities. Feels okay. I guess we should just get on the freeway and see what happens. There's something weirdly exciting and fun about this and the unknown of it all. A vehicle that's been sitting for a couple of years. We have a bit of a vibration at 50. So let me explain again why I believe that even though this isn't the most cost-effective way to get myself back to LA, it was nice of Joe to let me sell off a few of the takeoff parts from his Jeep and buy this with that money. So thanks, Joe. This was a really fun, you know, kind of a give back. And I'm chewing on all kinds of ideas right now about what to do with this thing and how I can pay this vehicle forward. Like, do we just like rehab it? Like, chime in the comments what we should do. Like, let's see if it makes it home first, right? I guess that's that. We got five and a half hours on the GPS, but we're only going 60 and it's got a wicked vibration, so I'm just gonna leave it there for now. And we'll see what it does. What should we do with it? I'm already kind of falling a little bit in love with it because I have issues about stuff like this. I just love this old stuff. American V8, just good combination of parts. It's the 4x4. Who knows if it works? I forgot to ask. I mean, it's all about the adventure. This is a Drive Your Adventures series. My thought was, here's the original plan, just to kind of clue you in. I was gonna buy that Oldsmobile for $500. It was a grandma car. And then just immediately get it home, call Make-A-Wish Foundation and donate the car to charity. That was the original plan. And then it just kind of grew and changed and morphed into this. And here we are, eating up some miles, driving our adventure back to Los Angeles in a jalopy, but a gorgeous old jalopy with a lot of character. I don't think the weather could have been much more perfect for this. Sure wouldn't mind a gas station pretty quick. Yeah. Oh, and you have to unlock it, then open the outside of the door. Okay, I'm gonna have to get used to that. Well, the thing's running pretty darn good. Gassed up in Gilroy, so I'm heading out towards through the farmlands. I've decided to cut back into the 5 freeway. There's more tire shops on the 5 freeway on the way home, just because that I think is going to be the weakest link. All the mechanical stuff feels honestly fine. It's just chugging along. I think we lucked on to one of those vehicles that kind of feels like it just wants to run, you know, like a vehicle with some soul to it, and I think this might be one of them. We might have lucked out on that. I've been playing with it, you know, everything that you can fiddle around with. The dash, like I say, looks like it's about to fall onto my legs, but we'll figure it out. This was not a high point for American V8s. The 350 in this thing has 190 horsepower or something like that. This was not a good moment for American V8s. It sounds great, so the Flowmaster hits me right in the feels, love it. And it's literally chugging along at 2,000 RPM, 70 miles per hour. All these Drive Your Adventures videos are all about, especially now when things are so messed up in the world, throw a bag in the back of whatever vehicle and get out on the highway. Get out and see the country. There's a way to do it safely. There's a way to do it that's good for your soul and good for you. And this is it. That's the whole point of this right now. And you know, it's just a fun adventure, just to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. Like for me, do I need to be doing this in a vehicle like this right now? No, definitely not. I got plenty of vehicles, but darn it, it feels real good. It really does. Getting out, getting some miles, dealing with all the kookiness of this thing. It's good. It's good. Take a moment right now, everybody, count your blessings. This is that reminder. All right, we're climbing the grapevine, getting close to home. This is going to be probably one of the moments that I'm a little concerned. That right front tire is cords, but we'll watch the temperature. It's already starting to climb a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna take it easy. So far, the thing is just cranking, trying to rattle itself to pieces, but the radio works, the cruise control works. It almost feels like it's cheating a little bit. So we'll watch the temps, we'll climb this hill. We'll see if we get to the top with a little bit of sun left to get some celebration shots there, but so far, really, really good. Well, there you have it. We made it to the top of the grapevine. It's all downhill into Los Angeles for me and home. I would consider this another successful Drive Your Adventures. And now we got to figure out what to do with this thing and just appreciate the stuff that we have and taking the chance every once in a while. Have some fun, have an adventure. I'm so thrilled that Joe loves his Jeep, that project came out so well.
Cheers.
And now we have this. Leave in the comments what you guys think we should do with this. This thing's got a good vibe to it. It's tired, it's worn out, but boy, I tell you, it's an absolute trooper. This thing is just awesome. So leave those comments. Thank you so much. Make sure you're subscribed to the AutoEdits channel. And until next time, enjoy your drive. Whew.